Welcome to Football Scientific. I'm Aaron Sauter, the professor of football science. I'm a writer for FootballAnalysisOne.com, CFLNewsHub.com, and UFLNewsHub.com. And tonight is the last wildcard game with Houston and Pittsburgh. But I needed to take a break because we had a ton of football news that came out today in all of our leagues, in the NFL, UFL, and the CFL. And there's so much I don't want to let back up. Because tomorrow we want to focus on these game reviews and look ahead and break down how to turn around the Las Vegas Raiders on TikTok. We don't want to have these things lingering around, this old news. So we're going to cover it tonight, punch it out there, and then we're going to move forward with this information. Here we go. So first, I want to introduce my guest host, Tyler Tiger. Tyler Tiger here, ready to go. We're going to do a quick episode. It feels like we got a playoff game we want to watch, right? That's right, we want to watch a playoff game. Houston and Pittsburgh. Yeah, Houston and Pittsburgh. So I guess we better hurry up. Let's break it down. Yep, let's break it down. Here we go. So first, in the NFL, some things that happened. Las Vegas Raiders and Miami Dolphins are requesting to interview Packers defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley. And he may end up leaving Green Bay. He's very much in demand. Carolina Panthers left tackle Iko Wonku. There was clarification from Dave Canales that he ruptured a patellar tendon during their playoff loss, and it's going to take surgery. He may not get back in time for the beginning of the season. I ruptured a patellar tendon also, and it told me a year recovery. So it's been a tough recovery, honestly. So Rams offense coordinator Mike LaFleur has been asked to be interviewed by the Las Vegas Raiders and Arizona Cardinals. Okay, all right. Atlanta Falcons, they interviewed Kevin Stefanski sometime today. Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen. Yesterday when they helped beat the Jacksonville Jaguars, he broke his 8-game postseason losing streak on the road, and he also helped the Buffalo Bills win their first postseason road game since 1992, which is crazy. I mentioned it in my article that will be published tomorrow morning at 7:30 on FootballAnalysisOne.com. Las Vegas Raiders and Atlanta Falcons both request permission to interview Panthers defense coordinator Ejiro Evero. Boom. San Francisco 49ers tight end George Kittle suffered a torn Achilles in last night's playoff game, so even though they won, they will not have George Kittle. Boom. Divisional playoff matchups are already set, except for based on tonight's game. So Saturday next week, we'll have the Buffalo Bills and Denver Broncos. Should be a great game. San Francisco 49ers and Seattle Seahawks should be a good game. Sunday, we have the LA Rams against the Chicago Bears. And then we have the Steelers and Texans winner against the New England Patriots on Sunday night. So pretty exciting matchups. We'll see. We predicted the Steelers will win this matchup tonight, even though the Texans are heavily favored. LA Rams passing game coordinator Nate Shieldhouse for the LA Rams has been interviewed for a head coaching spot with the Ravens, Broncos, and Raiders. Not the Broncos. That'd be weird. Someone would it be? And then Rams, Baltimore. I bet it's Baltimore. That's Ravens. I don't know who it is. I wrote this note earlier today, so it's been a little while. Rams defensive coordinator Chris Shula, their D coordinator guy, is getting head coach interviews with Miami Dolphins, Tennessee Titans, New York Giants, Las Vegas Raiders, and Arizona Cardinals. Boom. Baltimore Ravens. Former Commanders offensive coordinator Coach Kingsbury interviewed for their head coaching job. That'd be crazy to give him that job. Green Bay Packers are currently evaluating a deal to keep Matt LaFleur as their head coach. He's on his last year of his contract next year, and he wants clarity, and they want clarity on what his future will be. The rumor is he's going to get fired for John Harbaugh, but it seems like that's probably not going to be the case. Cleveland Browns, that's the case for everyone right now. They're going to get fired for John Harbaugh. Cleveland Browns interim, they interview Mike McDaniel from the Miami Dolphins for their head coaching job. Boom. In the NFL, also, Colts defense guard Lou Anarumo interviewed with New York Giants on their head coaching job. Atlanta Falcons, they're going to interview Mike McDaniel this evening for their head coaching job. New England Patriots, cornerback Christian Gonzalez ended up in the concussion protocol at the end of their playoff game last night against the Chargers, so he might be out for the next round. Buffalo Bills head coach Sean McDermott told reporters that wide receiver Gabe Dawson, I guess, I don't know, I forget his name. Boom, is out with an ACL tear. He tore his ACL again. Done for the year. Gabe Davis, that's right. Okay, big day in the UFL. They finally announced the quarterback allocations and many of their allocations for players for each of these teams. This is going to be a boring list, but Louisville Kings, they're going to have quarterback Javante Payton. No. Quarterbacks are going to be Jason Bean and Chandler Rogers. And then for college allocations will be Javante Payton and Terrence Chadwell and Daniel Grisak from Cincinnati. Then they're also keeping some players that leaked out here from the Memphis Showboats roster. Wide receiver Javante Payton, I guess we mentioned him already. Wide receiver Jonathan Adams. Wide receiver, offensive lineman Ryan Cole and Bradley Ashmore. They also kept defensive back Cam Dantzler and edge rusher Jalen Allen. Columbus Aviators, they are keeping offensive from the Michigan Panthers roster. Offensive guard Cole Cabral, offensive tackle Cole Cabral, I bet. Ryan Nelson, defensive tackle Walter Palmore, defensive back Kendrick Whitehead, safety Arnold Tarpley. Their quarterbacks will be Jalen McClendon, the other Jalen from the Stallions. You know what I'm talking about. Morton. And Clayton Tune went from the Green Bay Packers to the Columbus Aviators. That's a pretty quick fall, man. They have for their college allocations, they have Alize Mack from Notre Dame, who played for the Brahmas. They have Jawan Bushell, who played for Brahmas, I guess. And they got Jalen Williams, who played at Indiana. Okay, all right. Boom, St. Louis Battlehawks, they have protected UFL Defensive Player of the Year, Peta Tominupu, or something like that. Quarterbacks Michael Pratt, Brandon Silvers, and Ben Woodridge are on their quarterback list. So no sign of the other quarterbacks. That's good. Okay. Hakeem Butler is going to be a Battlehawk still. Keo Latuli, running back. Keo Latuli. And then defensive back Yara Christian. All right, Dallas Renegades. Quarterback Luis Perez. Quarterback Austin Reed. Arguably one of the Dallas Renegades, both of which played for him last year. Offensive lineman Sam Tecklenburg moves from the Brahmas to the Dallas Renegades. Defensive out Keandre Colby. And nose guard Suki Ika is going to be there. Dallas Renegades. Orlando Storm. The only team that really matters is Orlando Storm. For their college allocations, Cole Schneider from Central Florida, who played for Birmingham Stallions for 3 seasons, is going to be coming to Orlando. Offensive guard Samuel Jackson, who played for someone. Central Florida. He played at Central Florida. He's coming to Orlando. Wide receiver Elijah Badger, who played at University of Florida for the Gators, is coming to Orlando. Quarterbacks are Jack Plummer, who played for Carolina in theory, and Dorian Thompson Robinson, who was a disaster for the Cleveland Browns. Boom, so we got our quarterbacks and everything. DC Defenders, quarterbacks are Jordan Teamu, Mike DeLelio, and then some other guy. All right, and then they got some other people that you probably don't ever hear of. Houston Roughnecks. Let's see. Hunter Decker is a quarterback for them, and Donovan Scott Okay. Birmingham Stallions, Matt Corral, Tyler Elgerson, and Jerron Hicks are going to be their quarterbacks. They got Desmond Little from UAB to play for them, and they got 2 Mississippi State players. Okay. So that's some UFL roster updates. You can check out my Orlando Storm UFL roster article with more detail on UFLnewshub.com when they publish it. We'll hopefully it'll be tomorrow morning, I guess. All right, boom. In the CFL, Hamilton Tiger Cats, they have announced their coaching staff. The only real change is they got rid of special teams coordinator Dennis McKnight, I believe, and they replaced him with Bob Dice, who was the head coach of the Ottawa Red Blacks, and he's also going to be the assistant head coach. James Tuck, who was a running backs coach and assisted with special teams for the Tiger Cats, is now just a co-special teams coordinator. And then Myers Petulnik is now their running back coach. And Scott Milanovic is now just a head coach for the Tiger Cats. Quarterback coach Jared Baines is now their offense coordinator. Probably with a lot of influence from Scott Milanovic. Boom. I wrote an article about Bob Dice on CFLnewshub.com. You should read that. Boom. In addition, some roster moves. Hamilton Tiger Cats signed American running back Avery Moreau, who played at Nevada and Colorado State in college. I wrote an article about him. That's on CFL News Hub. Check that out. Saskatchewan Roughriders re-signed all CFL defensive back Tavon Campbell. Saskatchewan Roughriders signed CFL All-Star Jameer Thurman. So he's with them until 2027. Boom. Also, a disappointing note. Hamilton Tiger Cats have released East Division most outstanding rookie Devin Varasek, who is getting some NFL looks, which is sad. So we're losing one of our best Canadian players. Boom. And in Toronto Argonauts, retired National Defensive Lineman Tyson Hergrave, I guess. They signed American Defensive Lineman Charlie Lose. Saskatchewan Roughriders signed National Defensive back Tavon Campbell. Edmonton Elks. They reworked the contract of they released National Linebacker Josiah Shackle, and they signed American Defensive Lineman Michael Wakefield. And then the Calgary Stampeders re-signed American quarterback Vernon Adams. They reworked his contract. So we got a renegotiation in there. That's the football news from today. Lots of it. Just want to make sure we got that out of the way so we can focus on the wild card weekend game reviews tomorrow. Okay. Check out footballanalysis1.com tomorrow at 7:30 for my most critical stats for each NFL team in the wild card weekend article. Check out CFLnewshub.com for my CFL articles, the Hamilton Tiger Cats, and also UFLnewshub.com probably in the morning for the Orlando Storm article I wrote about their quarterbacks and their college allocation players. Make sure you like the video, share the video, and subscribe if you have not done so already. We're growing every day. Let's keep the growth going. And that is it for Football Scientific today. I'm closing the Football Scientific portal.